Welcome to Fresh Talk Network.
Okay, imagine this. You're standing at the edge of, well, basically an abyss, right? Staring into just total darkness. Then you see a flicker, a light, maybe a shape, something completely new that nobody's ever seen before. That feeling, that mix of awe and urgent mystery. That's exactly what we're diving into today. Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah, we're going to explore some really astonishing stories, and they're all interconnected, all coming out of our oceans right now. And these aren't just, quick news flashes. They represent really profound shifts and breathtaking discoveries that are defining how we relate to the marine world.
Right. And our mission for you really is to connect the dots. We've got fascinating facts from new expeditions, but also some critical climate predictions. We want to help you sort of quickly grasp the bigger picture, what's really going on beneath the waves. We'll get into the thrill of finding totally new life forms, but also the sobering reality of how fast things are changing, especially at the poles, and maybe find some surprising links between them.
Exactly. So yeah, prepare for a journey. It's going to balance that sense of wonder with a real sense of urgency too. This deep dive, it's about giving you the critical insights, the stuff you really need to know about the ocean's current state.
Yeah.
Lots of surprising facts, but hopefully without feeling overloaded.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's begin.
So our journey starts off the coast of Chile. There was a recent expedition, and they made a discovery that honestly sounds like something from another planet. Scientists think they might have found over 100 new species.
100.
It's just an incredible display of life nobody knew was there. And they weren't just, on the flat, muddy bottom. They were thriving on these things called seamounts. They're basically ancient underwater mountains rising up from the deep. They create these amazing oases for life.
Oases, right? How did they even see them? It's deep, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Very deep. They used an ROV that's a remotely operated vehicle. It's got like high definition cameras, robotic arms, so they can explore really carefully without, damaging these fragile environments. Okay, so what kind of things did they actually film down there? The descriptions sound wild.
They really are. They got footage of these otherworldly corals. Huge forests of ancient bamboo corals. Some could be thousands of years old. They basically form the architecture like deep sea cities. And delicate glass sponges too, filtering nutrients. They look amazing, like intricate skeletons.
Wow.
But maybe the real standout, the one that just grabs your imagination, it's a totally new kind of urchin. They're calling it the Cactus Urchin. And get this, it stands 1/2 meter tall.
1/2 meter for an urchin. That's huge. Kind of imposing, actually.
Isn't it? And they saw lots of new crustaceans too, like squat lobsters, amphipods sort of scurrying around.
So beyond just the, wow, look at that factor, what does finding so much new stuff actually, mean? What's the significance?
Well, what's really significant here is that the main goal wasn't just finding new species. They were actually mapping the sea floor. The idea is to gather data to support creating new marine protected areas.
Okay. So protection is the driving force.
Exactly. Because these seamounts, they're incredibly vulnerable. Things like deep sea mining, bottom trawling, they could just wipe these places out. So it highlights this critical race we're in. Can we find and protect these places before they get exploited?
Right.
And the fact they found over 150 species not known in that region before, and maybe 100 totally new to science, it just hammers home how much we don't know about our own planet. People often say we have better maps of Mars than our own seabed, and well, it sounds like it's true.
Yeah, that really puts it in perspective. So much unknown right here. But okay, as we're celebrating this amazing discovery, we also have to face something pretty stark, a really sobering reality from the other side of the world. If Chile's depths are about discovery, the Arctic Ocean, well, that seems to be flashing a huge red warning light. That's a crucial contrast, yes. The news from the Arctic is... well, staggering. There's a new study predicting the Arctic Ocean could become effectively ice-free in summer. That means having less than 1 million square kilometers of sea ice, potentially as early as 2027. 2027? Wait, that's not decades away. That could be just 3 years from now. That feels incredibly soon.
It is incredibly soon. And this isn't just a small change. It's a massive shift.
Why so fast, though? I thought the predictions were, further out than that.
Well, it seems to be down to this vicious cycle that's speeding up the melt. See, the Arctic's lost a lot of its thick, old ice, the multi-year ice. Now, it's mostly first-year ice, and that newer ice, it's thinner, it's weaker, and it's much, much more likely to melt completely in the summer.
Okay.
And then you've got the albedo effect.
Yeah.
Bright white ice reflects maybe 90% of the sun's heat back into space.
Right.
But when it melts, it leaves dark blue ocean water. And that dark water absorbs up to 90% of the heat.
Ah, so it's like taking the reflective shield away.
Exactly. So the water warms up more, which melts more ice, which exposes more dark water. It's a reinforcing feedback loop, and it's accelerating.
Okay, that makes sense, unfortunately. So beyond just the Arctic itself, what does this mean for the rest of us? What are the global implications of losing Arctic sea ice that fast?
That's the really critical question. The Arctic basically acts as the world's air conditioner, right? Its cooling effect helps regulate climate patterns globally. Losing that ice is like, well, yanking out the AC unit. It means we can expect more intense, more unpredictable weather everywhere. Like worse heat waves, more severe droughts, bigger floods, fiercer storms, especially in the mid-latitudes where, most people live. Plus, it threatens a total collapse for Arctic marine life. Everything from the algae at the bottom of the food web right up to seals and polar bears.
And I guess there are other consequences too.
Oh, absolutely. An ice-free Arctic summer opens up new shipping routes that were impassable before, and access to potentially vast untapped resources like oil and gas. That could trigger a whole new set of geopolitical tensions and economic challenges. It's complex.
Wow. Okay, so we've got this incredible explosion of newly discovered life in one place, and then this terrifyingly rapid loss happening in another. It feels like two completely different worlds.
It does. But there's actually a third story, a smaller one, that kind of unexpectedly links these two things together. It's about a tiny fish found deep in the Arctic.
A tiny fish. Okay, what's special about it?
Well, get this. It's a new species of snailfish, and it glows. It produces its own light.
It glows. You mean bioluminescence?
Exactly, bioluminescence. And this is apparently the first time any fish in the snailfish family, the Leporidae, has ever been found to be bioluminescent. It's quite a discovery.
How does it even do that? Does the fish make the light itself?
Ah, good question. No, it seems it doesn't make the light directly. It looks like it has a symbiotic relationship, a partnership, with bioluminescent bacteria. They live in special little organs in its skin. So the fish gives the bacteria a home, and the bacteria provide the light.
Huh. Why would it need light down there? Is it pitch black?
Pretty much perpetual darkness in the deep sea. Scientists think it might use the light as maybe a lure to attract tiny prey, or maybe even as a kind of camouflage, something called counter-illumination, sort of blend in with any faint light filtering down from above. It helps them hide from predators looking up.
That's amazing. A tiny glowing fish deep under the Arctic ice. And you said this links the other two stories. How?
Well, think about it. This little fish, this glowing snailfish.
Yeah.
It's like a profound canary in the coal mine, Its discovery tells us, hey, the deep Arctic is full of unique life we never knew about. It shows there's a whole distinct evolutionary path that happened up there, separate from other oceans. Amazing potential, right?
Yeah, like the Chilean discovery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's home, its entire world. It's the water under that melting ice we were just talking about. This delicate creature, this brand new discovery, is living in an environment that's changing, disappearing faster than almost anywhere else on Earth.
Yeah.
So we're finding these incredible, miraculous adaptations right on the front lines of climate change. And it just makes you ask, what else is down there? What other wonders might we lose before we even get a chance to find them, let alone understand them?
So when you pull these threads together, Chile, the Arctic, this little fish, what emerges is, well, it feels like a single really critical story, doesn't it? Our ability to make these astonishing discoveries in the ocean is now completely tied up with the urgent need to protect it.
Absolutely. The story of the Chilean seamounts, it really embodies that potential for wonder, for discovery. It's a source of hope, Look what we can still find.
Right. A reason to keep exploring carefully.
But then the Arctic story, that 2027 prediction for an ice-free summer. That's just a profound warning. It's probably the clearest signal we have of the incredibly rapid, unprecedented change we're forcing onto the planet.
And the little glowing snailfish kind of sits right in the middle.
It really does. It's the perfect symbol, isn't it? It's the spirit of discovery bumping right up against the harsh reality of vulnerability. It means that ocean science now, it really is a race against time. We have to discover, understand, and protect these incredible ecosystems before that chance just vanishes.
And it's not just about remote places, is it? These discoveries, these climate shifts, they matter to everyone. You were saying the ocean health affects global weather, ecosystems.
Even geopolitical stability. It's all interconnected. What happens in the Arctic doesn't stay in the Arctic. What happens in the deep sea matters for the whole planet.
So the final thought, maybe, if we're still finding things like a half-meter-tall cactus urchin or fish that glow in unique ways in the deepest, most remote parts of the ocean.
Yeah. What other wonders are out there? Things we haven't even imagined yet. And the really sobering part is, how many might we lose before we even know they exist? Especially now, as their homes are changing so incredibly fast.
That is definitely something to think about. We really hope you stay curious, keep exploring, keep learning about the ocean's critical role in our world, because understanding these really complex connections is absolutely key if we want to shape our shared future.
Absolutely. Well said. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time, keep exploring.